I'm telling you, the earnings are going to finance human trafficking because our masters are laughing at us. Our masters pull all these strings. People should know this, especially after 2020 and the enduring agenda I'm not allowed to talk about on the internet. This is why theaters that people paid money to see this film are experiencing strange anomalies, like the AC thing, and some of the projectors are breaking down, and a bunch of other goofy crap. It's by design so people talk about it. Yeah. I found this online, and it's one of few people who are actually making sense. Remember, Jim and Mel are still under contract until they die. They work for our masters. They're puppets. As it reads, because I realize most people on the internet, especially on TikTok, they're illiterate. I know I sound like an asshole, but if you hung out with folks online too, it's pretty fucking bittersweet. The CHIP program allows parents the opportunity to create a kit of identifying materials for their child, free of charge. Free of charge, just like AOL was, just like the free cell phones. Imagine that. The kit contains a fingerprint card, a physical description, a VHS tape, computer disc or DVD of the child, a dental imprint, and a DNA sample. The purpose of the kit is to provide critical information to the public and to law enforcement in the event that a child is reported missing. The program has been, lauded? I'm not super familiar with the word, but lauded by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Yeah. So let's build a registry of children for our masters. In addition to furthering this coming agenda having to do with putting a chip in folks. Tracking folks. As it reads, I was stuck obsessing about how they got this movie out and are still alive, and then I saw an innocent XO moment or something. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. Comment from a mom, there you go, who saw the movie and said, I agree with the comment in the movie that microchips would prevent all of this. I'm going to chip my kids. And I thought, bingo, digital ID and chips. You also never know. These comments online, not his necessarily, but this quote-unquote mom, it could be a bot, it could be a CIA asset. You just don't know anymore. I really don't want to read all these to you. The program provides tools to help law enforcement authorities find and identify a lost or missing child. The Masons of Massachusetts, partnering with the Massachusetts Crime Prevention Officers Association and the Massachusetts Dental Association, imagine that, donate My Chip, as it's called, resources to make this service available to the public. None of the information is copied, and all the identifying materials are given to the child's family. Our free program, I'll read that again. Our free program provides the following materials. This is like calling Comcast and having them tell you that they have some sort of standards in terms of privacy practices. It's quite the opposite. And the same applies to most things, if not all things, our masters shop around. They're telling you one thing, but it's quite the opposite. You can look this crap up. Masonic Child Identification Programs. And towards the bottom, what's it say? This article needs additional citations for verification, December 2020. Below that it reads, Masonic Child Identification Program, CHIP, are a charitable initiative by North American Masonic lodges to aid in the identification and recovery of missing children. CHIP, as it's known, programs are supported monetarily at the Grand Lodge level and are staffed by volunteers from subordinate lodges, as well as law enforcement and dental professionals. I've rattled things off having to do with this in the past, but I don't think anybody saw those videos. You gotta watch out for some optometrists, too. There's a Truth Stream video, a Truth Stream Media video having to do with the optometrists. Keep in mind, Melissa and Aaron Dykes used to work for Alex Jones, and Alex Jones is controlled opposition. And Truth Stream Media plays it cool. They play it safe because they're making money on YouTube. MyChip again. So MyChip, Masonic Youth Child Identification Program, has identified more than, look at that, 300,000 children since its inception in 1988. And it continues to assist families today. How many kids are going missing? And what's what? The program provides tools to help law enforcement authorities find and identify a lost or missing child. The Masons of Massachusetts. Do you remember all dogs of the state? I mean, cops are dogs of the state. They're not in place to protect you. Tim Ballard, Utah Attorney General Sean Reyes, and executive producer of Sound of Freedom, Paul Hutchinson, are all part of the Knights Templar Secret Society. You can see some of this shit in here and zoom in a little bit. Yeah. The Sovereign Military Order Templar of Jerusalem. Templar Times. And you got some of this jazz. Ooh. Remember, we all have straw men. We're all the government's bitch and nobody's going to do anything about it. And I talk about these all the fucking time. If you hear me talking about light and darkness or light and frequency, this is what I'm referring to. And there's a middle ground that usually doesn't come up. I've also explained the letter G, lowercase and uppercase. Remember, I talked about 6s and 9s, but again, most people aren't picking up what I'm putting down. And if you look really close, the bride's chair is on here. And I made a video about that. And I'm waiting for somebody to answer the magic squares test question on my Instagram, on the Obsidian Monarch Instagram. If you do, I'll post the video. It's pretty fucking neat, and it's real life stuff. I'm showing you Masonic brickwork and teaching you things. Yeah. I should rattle this off again. I'm probably going to put this into another video, but if the Sound of Freedom mattered, quote unquote freedom, it would have been a documentary. We would have names, dates, addresses. I'll stress that again. Names, dates, and addresses of people who have been snatching children. And the people involved in, mutilating, fucking, killing children. We would have past and present operational handles used by government agencies that are snatching children. Why would any of this matter? I mean, there's a movie out there. Why would you need anything more than just a movie made by our masters and their puppets? Because you could use the information to appreciate what they've been doing in the past to proactively prevent it in the future. I'm looking for people who want to use the brain between their ears. Our masters are laughing at us. And this entire fucking thing is a sham.